recently um, it's been hard to just decide um, what the best course of action really is for myself. Right now, I'm working on a business idea, and um, something I've always wanted to do is have my own business. Not just for that, but more to escape um, the typical life that's kind of put upon anybody in an education heavy like society. I guess that makes sense. I see a lot of people acting like trying to do something yourself is somehow capped or somehow there's less. It's risky, but you know, I everything in life is risky, and there's no real secure thing right now, at least. I mean, with AI, people are having trouble getting jobs. Everybody was told, just go to school and get good grades, and then you'll be able to get a job, and then you'll be able to buy a house. And, the illusion that was always there, it's, you know, crumbling slowly. The fabrics of our society are sort of vanishing, and, it's. Uh, I like already, I work a lot with AI stuff just as a hobby. I like to automate parts of my life. Um, I build um, software for scraping specifically, um, because it's like I like being able to run systems. I used to like model trains, and I liked seeing them go round and round, and it made me feel like I had some control, I guess. But I mean, with the state of, at least where I'm at, the U.S., it's like it feels like control sort of slipping away. Um, you got people talking about World War III, and everybody thinks we're gonna get drafted. But I don't think, even if there was going to be another war, it is, tensions are rising, but I don't think it's gonna be like anything we've ever seen, in the sense that a typical draft would be in play. There's cyber war. There's like critical infrastructures. I feel like would be hit instead. I don't think there's any use for sending people to a place where like drones are gonna mow us all down. Um, but I mean, it is still scary. A nuke and somebody with a big red button could just have one call that ends the entire world and sort of invalidates all of the things I'm trying to do. Um, and I guess that's like it's like sort of what we all have to deal with right now. And it is annoying because, I feel like at least I was, in a way, I kind of just wish I had the same um, timeline, at least, or chance that, our predecessors had. They could, spend their time, dating around, and then they went to college and they got, jobs, and they were actually rewarded, and they had stuff to look forward to. Meanwhile, we don't even know what the world's gonna look like. In my opinion, I think in like 2 to 3 years, like the world's gonna be vastly different than it is now. And I know people talk about like professionals and professions being the same, or like some of them being more defensible than others. And I just, I think it's a lot quicker. I think it's going to be a lot sooner than that because, I mean, AI literally automates knowledge work. So anything that's not even with your hands really is getting done faster and better by AI. And that's why I've started integrating it more. Like I used Cursor for the first time, and I mean, seriously, it's fucking nuts. Like it makes like a whole freaking project for me after like a few prompts. And I mean, I don't know everything that's going on in it. I know some Python, but I'm like intermediate at best. Um, which does, it gives me this imposter syndrome of like, is it really coding? And it really, I guess it isn't, but that's sort of a shift I'm still trying to get used to. It's just the whole everything about society before is just, it's not even slowly, it's like all rapidly changing, and it's going faster than my I can sort of wrap my head around. Not to say that I'm not, but it's just you're forced to confront a lot of things. It's like, what do you do when AI abstracts everything a human needed to do before? And it's not like it'll do everything, but the only thing really separating somebody from creating something right now is just where they want to go, and like dealing with the actual real world barriers, like trying to get other people on board, which I'm realizing is very difficult. People don't really want to change at all, even if they're the better. If it ruins or if it threatens their sense of self or is too much of an inertia pull. And that's just, I mean, you gotta kind of accept that. I mean, I'm trying to accept it. It's kind of difficult. But, the world doesn't really care about that. So you kind of, I have to just sort of take it and then integrate it, because that's really all you can do. But there's definitely a silver lining with it, I think, because I mean, the world always reveals the truth at one point. So I mean, it sucks, but at least you kind of have the chance to prepare for it or deal with it before life comes and slaps you in the face. That's what I think, at least. But yeah, so I'm just gonna try to keep doing stuff, and probably start making some better habits just for like health sakes. But yeah,